it is that time of year again. We are all gearing up for the Sephora VIB sale that starts on April 1st for Rouge members. As I'm sure most of you know who watch my channel or follow me on Instagram, makeup is definitely one of my passions. It's not necessarily what my channel is geared towards all the time, but I genuinely love doing makeup and I would love to do more makeup videos. To be honest, I don't have the correct lens to be able to do tutorials and things, so I don't do them as much as I should, but I do love doing recommendations, favorites videos, haul videos, things like that here on my channel. And then I am planning on doing a get ready with me over on IGTV. So if you want to see that, I will put my Instagram here so you can go follow. I think I will also share what I order when I do place my order. But in today's video, we're going to be doing recommendations. Like I said, I haven't done a recommendations video in years, I feel like. And then I will have a Sephora haul to follow on this channel once I receive my order. Everything will be linked down below. Get your carts ready. I will have all of the sale info here on the screen in the description box down below with the code and everything that you need to know. I am going to kind of speed through these because it's a lot of products, but I'm going to put timestamps so you guys can find what you're looking for: foundations, concealer, skincare, hair care, all of that good stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below before you leave, and let's get started. I'm going to start with primers. I have two primers here to share with you guys. The first is a fairly new one to me, but I love it. This is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I've heard a ton of people talking about this year for the sale, so my prediction is that this sells out. I really think this is not going to be on the site very long because I think a lot of people are going to want to get their hands on it. It smooths out everything on your skin. It really just leaves you with that flawless base, which especially for me, my skin has been super dry lately. So if I don't apply the right primer, my foundations can really just emphasize the texture on my skin, whereas this just smooths everything out and my foundations go on seamlessly. You can't see my dry patches. It's insane. Like, I am obsessed with this. If you're wanting more of like a grip primer, like a long-lasting kind of formula, my favorite is the One Size Secure the Blur primer. This one is a really good long-lasting primer that's just going to kind of grip your foundation. It almost has that like sticky texture to it that just adheres to your skin and your foundation, keeping it on all day and night long. Comparable, I would say, to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip if you've tried that primer. I personally like this one a little bit better. It is not quite as sticky as the Hydro Grip, so if you find that the Hydro Grip is like you have to apply it really quick and it like is just too much, this one I think you would like a little bit better. It still has that grippy type formula, but it's a little bit more creamy, I would say. Okay, on to foundations, which I'm super excited about. I have been so obsessed with NARS foundation. They have just been killing it lately, you guys. Like, I love both of these formulas. So the very first one that I got is the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This one is a little bit older, but it's still fairly new, I would say. I've turned several people onto this in my own life. It is a full coverage matte foundation that's not super thick or drying. I used to love really full coverage foundations like the Huda Beauty and the Urban Decay All Nighter, and while I think those are great for certain occasions, they are super thick, and a lot of people feel like they're way too heavy on their skin, especially now that my skin is a little bit more dry. I was looking for something full coverage and matte, but that was not so heavy and thick. This one is perfect. It really is. Like, if you hold it open too long, it can literally drip. You can see it just like that, which I'm like wasting my foundation here, but I just wanted to do that to show you that it's really not thick at all. It's so easy to apply. Beautiful finish, especially if you like that matte finish, which is definitely what I lean towards. The other foundation from NARS that they recently released is the Light Reflecting Foundation. This is one that everyone is talking about. I would grab this fast as well because I do think the shades of this are going to go very quickly. I actually mixed the two today because I'm self-tanned right now. This one's a little bit darker, by the way. This one is in light 3.5 in Salzburg, and then this one is my lighter shade when I'm not self-tanned, and it is in L3 Gobi. Both beautiful on the skin, both really easy to apply. Again, this one's more of a matte finish, and I would say a little bit more full coverage, and then this one is that light reflecting kind of formula. So for me, this is about as glowy as I'll get. I don't like super glowy foundation, so if you're like me and you're like, I don't want a glowy foundation, but I want something that makes my skin look healthy, that is exactly what this foundation is going to do for you. And when it says light reflecting, like, I don't know how how they do that, but I swear this foundation I have found looks beautiful when I'm filming because I have these big bright lights reflecting on my face, and every time you guys have been like, what are you wearing? Like, I've gotten comments like, what is on your skin? It looks like glass. It's usually this foundation. It just photographs beautifully. I would say it's medium to full coverage, so if you're not someone who likes a crazy full coverage foundation, I think you'd still like this because it's not super intense like a lot of other ones. I've gotten a couple of requests to mention some summertime foundations or just some like lighter coverage, more medium coverage, maybe a little bit more of a glowy foundation, which I still have recommended the light reflecting foundation for that kind of style foundation. But if you're looking for something just a little bit even lighter than that, maybe specifically geared towards summertime, I do have two other recommendations. The first is the Lawless Conceal the Deal Long Wear Full Coverage Foundation. In my opinion, if you have tried any of these other foundations, the NARS ones, compared to those, this is not long wearing or full coverage. So I don't really know what they were doing when they named this, but it's still a good foundation. So I think that if they would have named it something different, more people would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. To me, this is a medium coverage foundation. It is extremely watery. Like, you can hear it. You kind of have to shake it up. Oh, it's like dripping out right now as we speak. I definitely noticed this one coming off around my nose, my chin, a little bit on my cheeks towards the end of the day, whereas the NARS foundations really don't budge. But like I said, I think that's good for summertime when you don't want something super heavy. Like I said, very liquidy, watery, so it does feel very, very light on your skin. This is what I've been reaching for just an everyday makeup look. If I'm just running errands or going over to someone's house and I just want like something super quick and light, I'll throw on this on my skin and it still is a beautiful finish. And then my last foundation that I wanted to mention is not really a foundation but more of a skin tint, and that is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. This is a summer essential for me. I actually have it in 2 shades here, just depending on, you know, my skin tone at the time. You have to shake these a lot before applying them, but I love the dropper effect to them, like super nice. These guys go with me everywhere in the summertime. They are perfect. I even wear these on pool days if I want just a tiny bit of coverage. And these are great for that because they are a skin tint, so they're not super heavy, very liquidy, again, similar to the Lawless, except these are marketed as a skin tint. And they have a lot of good benefits for your skin, and they also have SPF 40, I believe. Yeah, SPF 40. These have niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, so they're gonna be super hydrating on your skin. Once again, great for being in the sun or anything like that. All right, moving on to concealer. Really, the only concealer that I have to recommend to you guys is the Hourglass one. This is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, I believe is what it's called. Really great full coverage concealer, very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape, except the creamier version of that. This is a very similar formula and very similar coverage. Doesn't crease or anything, just all around a really great product. I am looking into trying a couple more concealers from Sephora, so if you have a favorite, let me know. I've also tried the One Size concealer and it's okay. As for powder, once again, something that I'm kind of in the market for. I absolutely love, love, love my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is no surprise to you guys who have watched my channel before. It is the best full coverage matte powder. This one is the Jumbo, which I do believe they still have on Sephora, so I will link this one down below. I definitely recommend grabbing this if you use the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. For reference, here is the original and here is the Jumbo. So you do get quite a lot of product in the Jumbo, and it also comes with a little poof here like this, which I normally don't use, but I actually have been using that lately. Like I said, my skin is so dry and sometimes I'll have texture, especially here on my forehead, and instead of using a brush to brush on the powder, sometimes just patting it with the little poof can make it a little bit easier on my texture and not emphasize it so much. But yeah, this is a great powder if you are looking for that super matte finish. I've tried to use other powders. I've tried so many, you guys. I've tried the Tatcha one, the Hourglass, I've tried the One Size, the Fenty Beauty, the Urban Decay one, the Marc Jacobs, the Dior. I believe my Dior is a little too dark for me though, but anyways, I've tried so many. I always go back to this one if I know I'm gonna need my makeup to stay on all day. This is going to ensure that it's not gonna get super oily. Although I love this, I am in the market for a couple more powders just to try out to recommend to you guys in case you don't like the Laura Mercier. Now let's go into brows. First is this brow gel by Kosai Kosas. This is their tinted brow gel. Obsessed with it. Love it, love it, love it. I actually have one unopened that I am saving for when I run out of this one. I am in the shade dark brown. I use this almost every single day. My brows today are kind of like a 4-step process, but I use this as the very first step to just kind of fan them upwards and put a little bit more color back into them after I did my foundation and everything. But I also use this on days when I barely do any makeup on my everyday makeup routine. I use that Lawless foundation, like I said, and then I'll put this on and kind of line the bottom of my brow with a pencil, and that's it to my brows. So it's very, very good for every day. Just throw it on and your brows look done. It takes your brows from looking like super stiff and like drawn on to really, really natural. Top 3 products probably. I use this every single day. My favorite brow pencil of all time is the Huda Beauty. I talk about this thing all the time. I actually filmed an empties video, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload it because I don't know, I just have a lot of other videos I want to get up first. In that empties video, I had over 10 of these, I think, or 7 to 10, because that's how much I go through them, which that is the one downside. They are so thin, so you do go through them pretty quickly. I love this. I won't use any other brow pencil really. This is the thinnest one on the market, and I need a thin pencil for those natural hair-like strokes. That's the best way that you're gonna get a natural brow, is the thinnest pencil they have, and I am in the shade Black Brown. A brow gel that I really like for just kind of everyday, super easy and simple is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. This is great to get that kind of look that I have today, except like super fast and easy. I didn't use this today, but this is definitely something I use when I want to be super quick with it. I love the spoolie on this because it's like flat, which I feel like definitely gives that more laminated effect. You can really get in there. The only complaint I have about this is it does get a little goopy. I've had mine for a while now and it is a little like, it's getting a little goopy, but a lot of brow gels do that. If you are looking for that laminated kind of brow effect, but you don't want something as intense as the Anastasia Brow Freeze, then this is a great product. Speaking of the Anastasia Brow Freeze, I've owned this for a while and I didn't really ever use it until recently, but this is what I have on my brows today. I did the Kosas brow gel at first, and then I lined everything with the pencil, and then I put the brow freeze over top to just really fan them up and make them stay. If you don't know what the brow freeze is, it's basically just a clear gel that you apply with a spoolie. I actually do have their brush that they made to go with this product, and I do recommend it. I like that a lot. I don't have any other brush like this. If you're gonna get the brow freeze, I think you should probably get this. I know some people probably disagree, but I like the brush. What I do is I usually take a little dip, then I kind of spread it out on the back of the lid here to disperse the product on the entire spoolie, apply it upwards to my brows, and then you turn it around and use this flat part to really just like scrape them up and lock them in place to laminate them basically. So yeah, I've really been loving the brow freeze if you want that really feathered out brow look like I have today. All right, let's talk eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna run through these quickly because I kind of have a lot of recommendations. First and foremost, I have to mention these Natasha Denona Glam Face palettes. I'm obsessed with these, you guys. Like, if you get nothing else, please try to grab one of these. They are amazing. I'm obsessed with them. I love them so much. I grabbed both color ranges. So the first one is the darker of the two. This one's great if I want to do a little bit more of a dramatic look. As you can see, I've used this quite often. Beautiful shades, just absolutely perfect for a neutral smoky eye. I love the mixtures of mattes and shimmers. The blush and highlight shade are perfect. Just everything about this is perfect. I don't dislike any single shade in here, blush, highlighter, or eyeshadows. So yeah, obsessed with this. This would obviously be great on deeper skin tones as well. And then here is the light color scheme. Once again, love every single shade in here. I definitely dig into this one often. If I'm just wanting to do a super simple look, I do, you know, that middle transition shade with a little bit of the shimmery shade next to it, throw on the blush highlighter, and I'm good to go. Like, these are just so seamless. These are perfect to travel with, just all around the board. Can't recommend them enough. Have nothing bad to say about them. They blend amazingly. This one is a Pat McGrath Mothership palette. Such beautiful shades. I love the mauve tones in here. This is a super wearable palette in my opinion. The only two that are a little bit in question would be these two, but this one actually goes on like pretty neutral in my opinion, just a little bit iridescent. And this one would be pretty, I think, for everyone to play around with too. So I think this is a super wearable palette. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous application of these shadows. They blend seamlessly. They're literally like butter. And these are a little bit bigger pan pans than a lot of other eyeshadow palettes, so it is expensive, but you are getting a high quality luxury eyeshadow palette with bigger eyeshadow pans as well. The packaging itself is incredible. I mean, you're really getting what you pay for when it comes to Pat McGrath. Another eyeshadow palette I thought I would just throw in here. This is Charlotte Tilbury, another kind of expensive brand, but these are just genuinely the palettes that I've been using lately. This one though I've talked about a lot. I think it's great for literally anyone, moms, teenagers, grandmas, like any age group, any personality I feel like would love this palette. I've mentioned this palette so much in gift guides, favorites videos, all of the above, and I just think it's a great, very neutral, everyday palette. All right, some more eye related things. As far as eyeliners go, if I'm doing eyeshadow and mascara or lashes at all, I usually do put a black eyeliner on my waterline. Lately, I've been using this one from Lancome, and it is a really great product. It goes on so creamy, so easily, and it stays all day pretty much, and it doesn't really seep too bad into my inner corners. I feel like every liner does just a little bit, but this one is definitely a favorite. So as far as mascara and lashes, I wanted to give a shout out to this Tarte lash primer. I don't really use lash primer a lot, but I don't know, I picked this up on a whim and I've really been liking it. I actually think it's really good, and it definitely does something to my lashes. I can definitely tell when I apply this before mascara and when I don't. So it also is supposed to just be healthy for your lashes and, you know, maybe possibly make them grow and just all of that good stuff. So yeah, definitely recommend checking this out. And then as far as mascara, I have one standout product, you guys. Like, this is a must have. You guys have got to pick up this mascara. I'm obsessed. This is by Ilia, and I cannot say enough good things, you guys. I love it so much. So I got my lash extensions removed around January, and ever since then I've been playing around with mascaras and strip lashes and all of that kind of stuff. And I tried out the Lancome mascara and it was okay. A lot of people raved about it. I didn't love it personally, but I saw Stephanie from Babs Beauty recommend this, and I literally love every single recommendation I've ever purchased that she mentioned. So I thought I would like this as well, and I was right. This is amazing. Love the formula. Stays on all day, doesn't flake, doesn't run. Absolutely love the brush. It's very unique. Most of it is like a little bit of a curve kind of brush, but then it does have this one side that has like a row of straight bristles, which I love. I just feel like this provides like a couple different ways to coat your lashes. So I usually use the main like curvy kind of side for my normal lashes, and then the straight bristles are great for my bottom lashes. So this is really like an all-in-one. I'm going to repurchase this just to have a backup during the sale. They actually have a little set that is a full size of this and then a miniature of another Ilia mascara that I've also heard really good things about. So I think I'm gonna pick up that. As far as strip lashes, I wanted to mention the ones that I have on, which are pretty much the only like true recommendation I have for you guys, I think, from Sephora. I've been trying out a ton of like drugstore ones and like Target ones. As far as from Sephora, I think these are the ones that are like standouts for me. But guys, when I say they're standouts, like they are standouts. I cannot get enough of these. When I put these on my eyes, I am a new woman. Like seriously, they just give me that like beautiful almond cat eye kind of look. My eyes are naturally almond shaped anyways, but I love that about my eyes. So I love to accentuate it when I am doing really glam makeup, and these like kind of winged like cat eye lashes really allow me to do that. Definitely a little bit more dramatic. I did have to trim these, I believe, just a tiny bit, but once I did, they fit my eye perfectly. I believe these are in Run the World is the style name, but I will link the exact pair that I bought down below and put the name that I got and everything. But this brand, I think it's I don't even know the brand, you guys. I can see the packaging, but I forget what the brand is called. But anyways, I will put it all down in the description box, but I love them. They're beautiful. Cannot go wrong with them. I've also been using the Lily Lashes lash glue to apply my lashes lately, and I do really like it. I think I would repurchase it. I need to do a straight up comparison between this and Ardell, like maybe do one lash with this, one lash with the Ardell, and see how it applies now that I'm kind of getting better at applying strip lashes. But yeah, so far I do really like it. If you're looking for a really intense like stronghold lash glue, this one's great. So I don't have a ton of products left because honestly in the bronzer, blush, and highlight department, I've kind of been slacking on trying stuff. I've really been hitting up complexion and skincare, which I'll get into in a minute. I did want to mention the Ilia bronzer that I talk about all the time. This is my favorite bronzer hands down that I own. As you can see, I hit pan. Beautiful, beautiful bronzer. I got the shade Novelty, but these are gorgeous. As you can tell, Ilia is one of my favorite brands at Sephora. They just, everything they make is phenomenal in my opinion. Highly recommend it. Just a normal bronzer. I have a little bit of it on today. I mixed it with a Tarte old contour palette. But anyways, yeah, this is definitely my only pick for bronzer, really. This is really what I've been gravitating towards. Some honorable mentions. I love my Gucci bronzer. I know it's expensive, and I'm not one to just recommend designer makeup unless I actually think it's good makeup, not just because it's Gucci. But I do recommend that one because it's one of my favorite bronzer formulas. I cannot find it right now in my drawer. It must have fallen towards the back. But yeah, I love that bronzer. I also do really like the Huda Beauty Glowish bronzer. I think that's a really pretty one too. They have a lot of different shades. As far as blushes go, I really have been using mostly blushes that aren't really from Sephora, but a couple that I did want to mention. The Patrick Ta blush duos like this are amazing, and I highly recommend them. I might even pick up a new shade for myself. This one is in Do We Know Her, which is a beautiful coral. I thought about applying it today, but I didn't think it would really go with my orange eyeshadow. But I love these because they come with a cream blush and a powder blush. I'm not someone who's like crazy into cream blush, which is why I think I don't have a lot of blush recommendations, because so many of them are cream blushes right now, and that's just not always my jam. I like this one because you can kind of do the cream blush, which I usually just do a slightly damp beauty blender, dab it, and put it on my cheeks. I have to be really careful though, because it can really pick up my foundation and other makeup that I've done, which can be very frustrating. But I like that this also comes with a powder blush because you can kind of set the cream product with the powder. So love these. Beautiful product. The only other blush that I would recommend to you guys is actually by Beauty Blender, and I did not expect to like this as much as I do, but this is one of my favorite cream blushes that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of cream blushes. When I say it's not my jam, it's just I haven't really found a ton that I love. Even the ones that people rave about just haven't been my favorite. I don't like the Rare Beauty. Haven't really been a huge fan of the Makeup by Mario. Just a lot of them are not my vibe, but this one was actually really good. It did not lift my makeup. I didn't have to go in and in and in and in and in to get pigment on my skin. If it's not super pigmented, I keep having to go in, and that's what lifts my makeup. So this one is actually great. It went on seamlessly. So this one is in the shade Flirty Rose. As far as highlighters, that's another thing on my wish list kind of that I want to check out. I do have this one from Makeup by Mario that I really, really like. I got this in the shade Golden. I might even just pick up another one of these in a more like cool tone shade rather than the gold, because I don't really wear gold highlighters a lot. I kind of wear what I'm wearing today more often, but this is a great formula. Love, love, love Makeup by Mario products. I also had a request on Instagram to mention like a highlighter that looks natural and not shiny. One recommendation for you or anyone else who's looking for a natural highlighter would be this one. This is from Say, which is another great clean beauty brand at Sephora. It is a liquid highlighter, but I do not find that it lifts up my makeup at all. It has a pump here. I've talked about this in favorites videos before. I just literally get a pump like right here on my ring finger and dab it on my cheeks, and it is the most beautiful natural glow, you guys. Maybe I'll try to show this product on Instagram because I do have a lot of requests always for natural highlighters, and this is one of the most unique formulated products in my opinion, and it's just gorgeous. For lips, I literally switch around my lips so much that it's kind of hard to even pinpoint favorites, honestly, but I do have a couple standout products. First, as far as lip liners, the Makeup by Mario lip liners are phenomenal. The shade range is beautiful. I have this one in the shade Daniel, but I'm probably gonna pick up one or two more. The formula is great, and I love that it comes with a little brush on the end. I find that this is great for just like cleaning up the outer edges of my lips. And then another really cool thing is that they all come with little pencil sharpeners, which is amazing. And to be honest, you guys, before I got this lip liner, I was always wondering why some of my Kylie Cosmetics lip liners and Jaclyn Cosmetics, like some of them were like just getting really loose. The product would be like coming out of the pencil. And then I started using this pencil sharpener, and I was like, oh my God, it's literally been my pencil sharpener this whole time. This sharpens them to where it actually has a pointy tip again. So if you're having a problem with your lip liners getting super dull and like you feel like what's the point even more, like it doesn't even feel like you can line your lips, then I would purchase this lip liner because it comes with this pencil sharpener that has been a game changer for me. The only other lip liner that I will mention is the Natasha Denona I Need a Rose lip crayon. I have loved this whole line from Natasha Denona as far as the I Need a Rose collection. The lip liner is beautiful, goes on so gorgeously. Can't recommend that enough. This one is in the shade Daphne. Also, while I'm here, I'll go ahead and talk about the lipstick because this is another one of my recommendations. This one is in Kala, another beautiful shade, you guys. Oh my gosh. And these actually, this combo, like the lip liner, lipstick, and the gloss is in Kala as well. These stay on so so well. Like a lot of my lipsticks do not stay on very well unless they're like a liquid lipstick, but this combo, gorgeous, phenomenal. Definitely recommend the lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss from this collection. Honestly, I would say that's pretty much it for lipsticks, but another lip gloss that I've been loving are the Fenty Beauty Heat Gloss Bombs. So this is basically just their original gloss bomb formula, except in a lip plumping kind of formula. I love a good lip plumping aspect. I actually recently did get lip injections, not a ton. I actually have a vlog about that if you're interested, but I still like a good plumping here and there, and the Fenty Beauty Heat lip glosses are great for that. For setting sprays, I always recommend the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte. This is my favorite. I love it so much. You just got to give it a good shake and spray it all over. Keeps your makeup locked in and matte all day. I have tried the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray that everyone raves about, and I mean, it's okay, but I just don't really think it's anything to write home about necessarily. But another one that I do like is the One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. This one I would recommend. Once again, you can tell I like that matte finish. This one is like a continuous, I haven't applied setting spray, so it applies like a hairspray almost, which I kind of like. I just think that really covers my face nicely and it gives the ultra fine mist. The only thing I'm concerned about with this is that I do feel like you would run through it really fast. I don't know. For now, I do really like it. Okay, running out of time here, so let's quickly do skincare. So I wanted to mention my favorite moisturizer of all time, which is the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. As I've mentioned several times, I do have pretty dry skin. I used to use a Drunk Elephant moisturizer, which I still think is great. I found myself needing something a little bit thicker, and this was perfect. I use this nighttime, morning time, whatever. I even got the jumbo size after I finished one of the regular sizes. So yeah, can't recommend it enough. I actually have another one ready to go on hand once I finish this one. I love that it comes with this little spatula and it's like magnetic on the top, so you're good to go. So easy to apply. Speaking of dry skin, another product if you also have dry skin that I highly recommend is the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Sleeping Mask. Whenever I had like dry patches and I just felt like nothing was working, I would use this at night a couple nights in a row, and seriously, I would wake up and that issue would be gone. So basically it's like a 2-part container. You put the gel on first, wait for that to dry, and then put the moisturizer on, and it's like a sleeping mask, but it is really intense and amazing. It works wonders for my skin, you guys. Another hydration product is this Dermalogica Circular Hydration Serum. They recently sent me this and I was super excited. They send me a lot of their products, but I was super excited about this one because I have dry skin. I have been using this ever since and it works so well, you guys. I'm obsessed. Like, I don't have really any hydration serums. All of them are moisturizers or sleeping masks and stuff like that. But this one is really just supposed to start that hydration process. It says kickstart skin's hydration cycle. Immediately flood skin with hydration and replenishes from within. This and this have been my serum rotation recently. This one is by Glow Recipe. It is the Avocado Ceramide Recovery Serum. I look so cute with it. We match. It matches my blazer perfectly. But this targets redness, which is one of my main skin concerns, and this really, really works, you guys. This is the only product that I've tried that really actually works for redness. You do have to, of course, use it consistently, like every night for like, you know, a couple weeks or whatever. But I'm almost out of this, so I might pick up another one of these as well to have on hand because I do love this product. Also wanted to mention, I love the Peter Thomas Roth eye masks. They are my favorite. You get a little jar and it comes with 30 gel eye masks, and it's just like a nice little self-care moment. This is the Hyaluronic Cloud gel eye patches that are good for like hydrating, but they also have a lot of other ones that are great too. Wanted to mention this product from First Aid Beauty. This is the Bump Eraser Body Scrub. You guys, like, this is crazy. This is the best exfoliator that I've ever tried. Like, this is a new favorite of mine. It has 10% AHA. It says it's safe for sensitive skin. I had so much trouble. I kept applying this self tanner and it was like patching like on my arms, and I was getting frustrated, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna apply this and see what happens. And you guys, this exfoliated my skin like I've never had it exfoliated before. I have like not bumps that you can see, but like if you feel my arms, like sometimes there's a little bumps on the back of my arms and a little bit on my back, and this completely removed that. Like when they call it the Bump Eraser eraser, it is the bump eraser. Like, such an amazing product. So this is going to be a new holy grail in my skincare routine. Also wanted to mention this scalp serum, you guys. This is by Fable in Maine, and it is the Alma Soothing Serum. And I struggle with psoriasis and seborrheic dermatitis on my scalp. I have so many issues with my scalp, you guys. It's like just super dry skin, buildup, like all of the above. I do go to a dermatologist about it, but this has been a product from Sephora that has really helped with that. I use a ton of it, so I go through this quickly. You guys probably wouldn't need to use as much as I do, but it's just a little stopper here, and it's just basically a scalp serum, which are really popular right now, and I have a couple other ones in my cart just to kind of compare, but this one I really like. I actually get the dropper full and I put it directly on my scalp in my problem areas, which are kind of like by my hairline and like at the back of my scalp, but you could also just soak your hands and rub it on your scalp if you want. But the main thing is that you need to keep it on there for several hours, so I usually sleep in this and then shower the next morning and wash my hair, but you could also just like leave it on for a couple hours and then wash your hair. Either way, it is a great product that is going to remove buildup from your hair, but not just that, it's also really going to be a good like product for the skin on your scalp and soothe that skin and, you know, hydrate and all of that. So highly recommend this. The only hair products that I would recommend are number one, the Orbe texture spray. Absolutely incredible. I need to pick up a new one myself. I'm not even sure where mine went. I feel like I just lost it, maybe on a trip or something. I don't know where it went, but love that texture spray. It's incredible. It gives you insane amounts of volume, so can't recommend that enough. And then this is my new favorite dry shampoo. If you want your hair to not only look clean but feel clean too, this is going to be your go-to. This is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. It says it actually cleans hair and softens and shines. It really does what it says. Like, you guys will notice a big difference when you use this compared to other dry shampoos you've probably used. When you run your fingers through it, it's not gonna feel dirty. Like, you know, when you use dry shampoo and your hair like still feels dirty and like, ugh. This one actually makes your hair feel clean too. So love that. Last thing, I wanted to mention a couple fragrances. The first is by Skylar Clean Beauty. This is the Vanilla Sky perfume. This is a great everyday perfume, like super mild and gentle, I would say, like not strong at all. Just a natural vanilla scent. I love it. I recently picked this up and it is definitely like a more mild fragrance in my collection. So I find myself grabbing this day to day, like my everyday kind of perfume. Whereas I do have a little bit more intense perfumes that are more like nighttime, date night, like event kind of perfumes, but this one's great for every day. Just seems like very like sweet and innocent and just really big on the vanilla scent. I also picked up this one from Way recently, and this is in Melrose Place, and I like this as well. I love the packaging of it. This is like magnetic, so I thought that was super cool. I would say this one is more of a clean scent. It's like a clean floral, where this is like a sweet vanilla. Also a good everyday scent, but just a totally different vibe than the vanilla. The vanilla kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, like what I would wear when I want to be sweet and innocent, and this kind of reminds me of like what I would wear if I wanted to be like a boss ass bitch in the workplace that like had my life together. This is what I would wear. I'm horrible at describing perfumes, so honestly, read the notes and the other reviews and you'll probably get a little bit of a better idea. And then lastly, my favorite perfume of all time is by Jo Malone. This is the Wood Sage and Sea Salt perfume. Incredible. I will admit this is probably more of a fall and winter perfume, or at least a nighttime perfume, but it is my favorite of all time. Like, it is very sultry and spicy almost. Definitely has that musky kind of scent to it. It's a unisex perfume, I believe. Yeah, I love it. It is so incredible. This is like my signature scent. So once again, horrible at describing, but it's great. You gotta try it out. All right, you guys, so that is it for my Sephora recommendations video. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what you guys have your eye on down below, or what your recommendations would be from Sephora. I didn't get to my wish list items, but if you want to see that, maybe I'll post it over on Instagram. I'm not sure if I'll get to it, but I do plan to do an IGTV getting ready using some products over there coming in the next couple days. But if you like this video and you want me to do more makeup related content, give it a thumbs up so that I know. And before you leave, definitely subscribe down below. Get your carts ready. I'm gonna put the information, like I said, down in the description, and happy shopping, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.